Hey guys, Sarah Johnson here. I know it's been a long time since I've published a video, but don't worry, I am back and I've recommitted to making sure that I publish my videos on a weekly basis because a lot of people have been hitting me up saying, where have you been? Well, I was involved on this massive project at my job and it required for me to travel a lot. So this past year and up to the beginning of the year, I've been traveling a lot. I was in Mexico City to be specific. I was in Quito, Ecuador. I was in Toronto, Canada. I was in Jundiaí in Brazil. So I was all over the place training and coaching people on my team. But while I was traveling, I always allot time to really venture out and see the specific country or the city that I am in. And all of the countries that I just named, I went out to really explore. And one of the things that really caught me and really touched my heart is the level of generosity that my colleagues offered. I mean, when I was in Ecuador, my colleagues, they took time out of work in the evening to chauffeur me around the city, to take me to various places. I went to the equator, the middle of the world. I went to this wonderful lagoon that was sitting on top of an inactive volcano. It was the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen. I saw beautiful waterfalls. It was just so wonderful. In Mexico, I went to I saw a pyramid for the first time. It was the sun and the moon pyramid. So it's two, one larger, one smaller. I explored Mexico City. I mean, if any of you have been to Mexico City, that's a big city. It's like being in New York City. I mean, they have 10 million people that live in Mexico City. The streets are packed. It was very modern, unlike what they portray on television here in the US, but it was very beautiful. Needless to say, my heart was so full by the degree of kindness that my colleagues extended to me. And that was the inspiration, or that is the inspiration for me to do this video. So in this video today, I'm going to talk about 10 acts of kindness that you can begin right now to really touch someone. All right, so let's begin. Number one is to mow the lawn for someone that's in need in your neighborhood. This is something that my husband does, and I'm so proud of him. I mean, we have some single moms that are living in our neighborhood. Sometimes we have vacant homes in our neighborhood where the grass gets really high. Or I have one person that lives in my neighborhood. Her husband was in the armed forces and he was away most of the time. So my husband took it up on himself to just help out, not expecting anything in return and just offering a helpful hand by just mowing the lawn. And, it's amazing how grateful they are for just that mere simple act. So seek out in your neighborhood, see if there's anyone that is in need of their lawns to be mowed, and you be that one to help them with that task. All right. Second thing that I would suggest is to donate clothing. A lot of us have so much clothes, myself included. We have so much clothes. Our children have so much clothes. Donate it to a battered women's shelter. Donate it to someone who is in need. Don't worry about selling your clothing. Donate it to someone who's in need. Another thing you can do is that at school, there's so many children. I was so surprised when a teacher shared with me that there are so many children that are homeless, that are living in hotels, that the only time they really get a good nourishing meal is when they're at school. Well, kind of a nourishing meal. I don't know how nourishing the school lunches are here in the US, but that is something you can do. Look through your children's clothing, and you don't want to give away soiled clothes, but clothing that is in good condition, your clothing that's in good condition, people will be grateful just to receive those. So browse through your closet and start packing up things and take it to the women's shelter or the homeless shelter, or drop it off at your children's school. And you'll be amazed again how grateful people are to receive your used clothing. So that was number 2. Number 3, be gracious when you're given tips. Oftentimes I hear people complain about the service that they received in a restaurant. It wasn't good and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. When I go out to eat, I never skimp on my tips. I always give good tips, especially in the US, where the people that work at restaurants, the waiter and the waitresses, they don't really get paid that much. They rely on the tip to kind of compensate for their regular paycheck. So it's really important. Go beyond the call of duty and give a good tip. Don't focus on what the status quo said. I don't even know what it is, 10, 15. Give a good tip. Give 30, 40, 50%, sometimes even 100%. Whether or not you receive good service, give a good tip. Maybe you tipping someone that did not give you good service, could serve as an inspiration for them to be of good service next time they have a client in the restaurant. So that was tip number 4. This is one thing that I do often. Purchase lunch for a stranger. And a good way to do this is when you're in a drive-thru. So if you say, for example, you're at Chick-fil-A or any other drive-through, or inside of a restaurant as well, you just pay. So when you go up to the window, you just tell the cashier, look, I want to pay for the person behind me. And they don't even have to know. They don't know who you are. You just pay for them and you drive off. And someone has done this for me, and that really prompted me to do it for other people. And I do it often, and I don't even know who these people are, but I know they're very grateful, like I was when someone did that for me. So that is tip number 5. Tip number 5, write a love letter or a letter of inspiration to a stranger. And one way to do this, there's a site that's called moreloveletters.com, and I love this site. Basically what they do is anyone can nominate a certain an individual to be the focus of receiving these letters. So say, for example, someone is going through a divorce, or their child died, or they're going through some type of hardship and they just need someone to lift their spirit. A person in the family may contact this organization, the moreloveletters.com organization, and say, look, this person is really in need of some letters. So what they do, they'll have a campaign, and they'll, start at a certain date, and they get people all over the web to write letters. So they'll give you the name of the individual and just a highlight of their, maybe what they're going through. And then you write the letter and you mail the letter. And I have done this before, and I can only imagine someone receiving a flood of love letters and letters of inspiration. This can really elevate your spirit, make you feel so good receiving letters from people all over the world and that you don't know. So go to the site moreloveletters.com and see what's happening over there. Read their story. And see which, if they have any campaigns that are running right now that you can partake in. All right. So that was tip number 5. Number 6, send a thank you letter or just a beautiful written note to someone who has had a lasting impact on your life. I've had so many people that have touched my heart, that have transformed my life, one of them being my stepmother. So most of you know that I was born in Jamaica, And as a child, it was always my dream to move to the United States, but I didn't really have an avenue for that to occur. But one day, my dad married an American woman, my stepmom. Actually, I call her my mom, and she made it possible for us to immigrate to the United States. And just living in the United States, my life is very different than it could possibly been living in Jamaica. There's just so much resource. I was able to take advantage of so many opportunities that weren't really available where I was living in Jamaica. So I always remind my stepmom how thankful I am, how deeply, deeply thankful I am for her having to created that opportunity for me to move to the United States. So find someone who has had a lasting impact on your life, search deep in your mind, and give them a phone call, write them a note, send them a letter, send them a card, whatever. Just reach out to them and express your level of gratitude. So that was number 6. Number 7 is many of you may use Amazon. And I recently found out that there was a component of Amazon called Amazon Smile. And basically what it does is that when you sign up for Amazon Smile, you're able to put a smile on someone's face. Well, anyhow, the way it works is that a small percentage of your purchase goes to a nonprofit organization of your choice. So there are various nonprofit organizations such as the Red Cross and a slew of others that you can sign up and say, if you make a $100 purchase on Amazon, every time you make a purchase on Amazon, a percentage of your purchase is donated to this organization. So it's not like you have to it's additional money out of your pocket. You're already making a purchase. It's just Amazon allocates a percentage of your purchase. It contributes to a specific organization of your choice. So go to Amazon.com, Google Amazon Smile, check it out, and sign up for your nonprofit agency that you would like them to donate to. And ta-da! Every time you make a purchase, bam, it's like clockwork. It goes straight to that organization. Number 8. This is something that quite a few people at my job, they do this. Like a lot of people have gardens. I don't have one, not yet, although I have the aspiration of having one, me and my husband. But you may have a large garden and you may have excess fruits and vegetables. Why not donate it to a community that's in need? I've read an article that there's a lot of communities within the United States that really don't have access to fresh fruits and vegetables. So why not be a source of happiness for someone else by just merely donating your excess fruits and vegetables from your garden? So just a simple act of kindness can have a profound shift on someone's life and someone's health. That is someone who does not have access to fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. So that is just another idea for you. Number 9, give someone a genuine compliment. Just give them a compliment. And I love to do this. Like, whenever I see someone, today I was in the mall with my daughter, I saw a lady and her hair was nice. I was like, I love your hair. She's like, thank you. So give somebody a compliment. It doesn't cost you anything, Give someone a compliment. If you see they have nice hairdo, they have nice outfit, or just a personality. Like, for example, I have a lot of people at work that are very good speakers. Whenever I am in a meeting and I felt someone has really clearly communicated on whatever topic they're presenting, I always go to them and like, you did a good job. That was pretty nice. And I like A, B, or C about your speech or your talk. So just go out of the way, give somebody a compliment. If you're in a grocery store and you're in line, check out the person next to you. Is there anything that you can compliment them about? But be genuine in your compliment. Don't just make up stuff. Be very genuine and mean it. My 10th tip is for your children. Write a love letter to your children and put it in their lunchbox before they go to school. So even if it's a teenager or a younger child, if it's a teenager, just write something on a little card. Or your younger kid, for me, we have a 7-year-old and a soon-to-be 17-year-old. Just write them a note. It really touches them to see, whoa, Mom wrote me such a sweet note. Try it out and let me know what you think about it. Let me know what the response is from your children. Just write a friendly reminder, wishing them a good day, telling them how much you love them, telling them how much you are proud of them. Oftentimes, as parents, we might latch on to the negative. Oh, they didn't clean up their room. They lied. They did this. They did that. But what about the good things? Raise them up. Raise up their self-esteem by focusing not just on the bad things. Let's focus on the good things because they are. Those are my 10 tips on acts of kindness, random acts of kindness ideas that you can begin today. Just think of one thing from the list that you can start today. Call someone up. Go to Amazon Smile. Go to moreloveletters.com. Write your child that note. You don't have to go to the store and buy a gift. These are simple deeds that you can do. And I'm going to leave you with this. I watched a video over the weekend. It's by Rihanna at Harvard University for her humanitarian work. And in her acceptance speech, she said this. She's like, she's from Barbados and she immigrated like myself to the United States as a teenager, I believe. And she said one of the things that her grandmother instilled in her is that if you have $1, you have enough to help one person. And all that it takes is to help one person, your neighbor, your friend. Just do one act of kindness can transform somebody's life. And as a byproduct of transforming one person's life, your life is transformed. Because it's my deepest belief that we are not here to serve ourselves. We are here to serve humanity. We are here to serve our neighbors. We are here to serve our friends. We are here to serve our communities. And it's starting out small. It's by us starting out small that we can have a large impact. Just one person today, one person tomorrow. Imagine what happens in a month. Imagine how many lives you can change. There's so much negativity that's happening, but we can be the change that we want to see in this world. It all begins with us. Look in the mirror, search your heart. What can you do for one person? Thank you for watching my video. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And don't forget, choose one act of kindness that you can carry out right now. See you later.